Well, I guess it's time to tally up all those votes for, me, KoopaNinjaBros, and my new Let's Play. Interesting. You people really want me to play Boombots. You guys must like the Neverhood just as much as I do. So you know what? If you want the Neverhood, you've got the Neverhood.
A buh. A buh. A buh.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another installment of the Neverhood-ish series. I'm KoopaNinjaBros here as always, and this is a Boombots. And here you go, this is the main cast of Boombots. Boomer, Airplane, Hans, Texas Ranger, Chicky Boom, Doggy Dog, Pittsburgh, Moby Tank, LeChimp, or LeChip, not too sure how to pronounce that one, Evil Boom, and Hara Hara. Now, what you would be assuming is, hey, Caboose, what the fuck, where's Clayman? I don't know. I want to see Clayman. So if you enter this code, you get all the secret characters, which otherwise you'd have to work for and be undefeated and all that stupid stuff. But you got Clean Loss, Clayman, O Canada, Ed Head, and Mandu. But obviously, you're all here to see some awesome Clayman action. So we're going to be playing through this entire game as none other than Clayman.
It's the year 15 million, and alien space cats have conquered the Earth. These cruel, heartless aliens terrorize people by walking around with their tails up. An American scientist, Dr. Pick, has built a team of robots to fight the cat aliens. Built to be brave and resourceful, Boombots can endure the perils of deep space travel. Go fish.
You better not be cheating.
I don't cheat. It's Dr. Pick.
Who's the mission queen?
Raspberry.
He's got a mission for us.
So there you go. That's pretty much the entire premise of the game. There's some cat aliens terrorizing and stealing cats all over Earth and all this stuff. And we are a member of Boombots, a secret robot, creative, whatever, thingamabob superheroes that Dr. Pick here has, he's created to save the planet and whatnot. Now, a few things real quick. One, this game is very old, so there's a lot of audio glitches, never in the actual cutscenes, thankfully, but during gameplay, things repeat a lot and stuff, so I'm lowering the game audio because it does get a little obnoxious after a while. And in fact, you're probably almost not even going to be able to hear it whatsoever, but I'm not going to be talking during any of the cutscenes because the cutscenes are gorgeous, they're wonderful. Again, complete claymation. This is pretty much the last of the Neverhood games. Neverhood-related games created by the actual Neverhood team. There is one more that, actually, I'm going to be doing this thing, but I'll explain that in that game when we play it. Whenever that is. I wonder when it will be. So yeah, here we go. It's not technically, it's not part of the Neverhood series, but it's a Neverhood game nonetheless. And technically in the Neverhood series, the Neverhood's in a complete other dimension than Earth, so this makes completely no sense, really, but it's a video game. We don't really care about continuity issues. But this is how the game works. It's a fighting game that pretty much most people don't know about. It's kind of crappy, but also it can be very fun once you get the hang of it. The first few times I played this, which were like last night at like 1 in the morning, I got my ass kicked at first, but then I got the hang of it. Now I'm pretty good at the game. But how it works is you run around, and the red bar is your health, and the yellow bar is your power meter. Now, as you can see, I'm picking up these little yellow orbs and whatnot, and they're filling up the power meter. Now that's how I use my ammo and my weapons and all that stuff. So when I see that cannon, that little can that I shoot at them, that's pretty much my weapon. It's a homing cannon. Everyone has a homing cannon, a stronger just projectile missile that doesn't home in, so it's kind of harder to hit them with. And then you got a gun, and then you have a grab attack. Now you can also, like, you know, there's like reverses and all that fun stuff, but those are your main core attacks. And once you're out of that power meter, all that, you can't use any more attacks. So you got to keep collecting power and stuff. This is a grab attack, by the way. That's probably, like, it's the best way to beat enemies in this game, is to grab them and not be grabbed. But pretty much what ends up happening is the more power balls you collect, I don't even know what they're called, but I'm calling them power balls in the power meter and the health bar. But the more of those you collect, the stronger your attacks are and whatnot. But we beat Boomer, we beat our first guy, and we've become undefeated, so we have a cat trophy, so that's awesome. And the Clayman's doing a little happy dance, but we'll explain more after the end of this next upcoming cutscene, after we save real quick, because thankfully you can say there's no passwords in this game. And once again, a beautiful example of how awesome the Neverhood Company, or Neverhood Studios, or whatever you want to call them, the Neverhood Gang, are at, how awesome they are at just, like, making these awesome, incredible claymation, claymation cutscenes and whatnot. Now, obviously, the rest of the game, you know, all this is not made in claymation. It's, you know, 3D renderings and whatnot, but still, it doesn't matter, because, Skull Monkeys wasn't. The Neverhood is the only game that was made in fully 100% clay, or claymation. But still, nonetheless, you gotta appreciate and love all these games for what they are. But here we are, we're going to be now battling Hans, Texas Ranger. Pretty much, you just battle the core characters, not the unlockable characters. You just battle different versions of them, that's the game. But if you're undefeated, if you remain undefeated, you, will end up unlocking secret levels and fighting secret characters and stuff, but one loss and it's all screwed up. But it really doesn't matter, because actually if you lose in a secret character match, it actually doesn't affect, like, the story. So say I lose in a secret character match, I will not have to retry the match. But if I lose in this match, I will have to retry it, because it's like I guess like a necessary fight almost, I guess you can call it that. But other than that, about the claymation cutscenes, it is kind of sad to, actually right there, I don't know if you saw, but I shot out like a, kind of like an orange bird, and that's my other projectile. But yeah, so, I'm gonna try and figure out all the, like, the cool moves and stuff, because right now I only know, like, you know, the core moves. I haven't played around with it all too much yet. Now, all these characters, real quick before I get into the cutscenes, all these characters do have their own strengths and weaknesses. Obviously, Hans, Texas Ranger, just by looking at him, you can tell he's much stronger than most of the characters, but he's also probably a lot more slow and whatnot. And I know there's a place to look actually at all the character strengths and weaknesses, but I can't really think of them off the top of my head. But as for the actual cutscenes, it's kind of disappointing to see that Clayman really isn't in any of the cutscenes, as far as I've seen. I haven't beaten the game yet, so sadly, it is kind of disappointing to see that you're not going to see Clayman in full clay action. But nonetheless, Boomer kind of sucks. Boomer as a quote main character, because he's supposed to kind of be the main character. He's supposed to be like he's like the Mario of this, I guess you could say. Like, he's like just the all-around like guy. Like, he's just like the jack of all trades. He's not too strong, he's not too slow or any of that. But just like as an overall character, he kind of just sucks. But you know, he's claiming, or it's just whatever. It's still, I still like the cutscenes and stuff. They're still pretty fun to watch and pretty well made, and they've got like that very toilet-based humor and stuff. And actually, the next cutscene you're gonna see in this episode is got a silly poop joke. But as you can see, claiming we rule and we are undefeated once again. So we're now going to go to a secret area and battle a secret character, where if we win, like Smash Bros style, if you beat them, you keep them. So we're going to see how well we do with that. We're going to be fighting a lovely wasp queen, as you saw before, but this is a blue wasp queen, or the blue lady wasp, which is pretty much how it goes, you know, in versus. Just when you're versing a character, like as far as story mode goes, whenever you're versing a character, you're versing the palette swap version of them. So yeah, like at Clayman, I believe he's green, the palette swap, so you can have normal Clayman or green Clayman. So that's nifty, or whatever you want to call it. But other than that, I'm trying to think. I had something to say. Like, yeah, what was I gonna say? The humor. The humor in this game, along with Skull Monkeys, it's not my humor, but it's cute. It's cute humor. It's like, it's not over the top, gross out toilet humor or anything, but it's cute. Like the flamethrower thing. Like, that was, I guess, quirky, as you could say. I know PNG hates that, but he's more than likely not even gonna watch this, which is why I love putting things like that little adorable picture I put in the intro to this video. And it took me, like, I don't know why I decided to create that, but I did, and I really wanted to just, I guess, tell you guys the truth. But there we go. I know he mentioned it before. I don't know if you guys are reading what Dr. Pick is saying, but he did in fact mention, and there, of course, I punched her right into the health, which made it actually, grabbing her actually helped her in the long run. But throughout all these levels, there's several power-ups and stuff. Some of them are negative effects, and some of them have positive effects. And in some of the levels, like, the power-ups kind of just generate, like, they kind of just appear. But in a level like this, you actually have to work to break open the power-ups. And most of the time, they will be random kind of power-ups, but a lot of the times they will be specific. Like, in any of those crates, they will always be a positive power-up, no matter what. Whatever those crates are, because Dr. Pick is giving them to help you. So, whatever they are, they're going to help you in some way. Like, as you can see, that was a health power-up. Right now, we have, like, a shield. It's kind of invincibility, almost. There's like, I think, twice the damage power-up, which I think you saw in the first battle, I think. And then there's also a bomb, which if you touch it, it just explodes and it causes damage. But that's all I know for the power-ups right now, because like I said, I've barely touched this game, actually. I've kind of just, this recording that I've done so far is as far as I've gotten in the game. But sadly, we lost, and Clayman melted, very sadly. But it's okay, because we're going to continue to progress through this story, because this was a secret character, so we don't really have to worry about it. But that is yet another hilarious cutscene with the poop and the peeing and the oi. That's it for me. So as always, I'm KoopaNinjaBros of the Koopa Ninja Bros. I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode, which won't be tomorrow. Oh no, I've got something special planned for tomorrow. So, adios.